Hey guys, this is Angela from Graphics Pig, and I'm going to show you how to set up your Tumbler template in Photoshop. It's very simple to do. There will be another video on actually how to take physical measurements of Tumbler. But here we're just going to do a standard 20-ounce straight tumbler, which is typically 9.3 inches wide by 8.2 inches tall. So in Photoshop, you will come up here to File, New, and then you will get a custom box that is going to pop up that looks like this. Okay, over here in the width, you're going to type in 9.3. Make sure to set to inches. And then your height will be 8.2 inches. For resolution, use 300 since you will be printing, along with CMYK color. If you use RGB and you pull in something that's CMYK, the colors are going to change when you go to print it, and you might not know how to troubleshoot. So just always try to make sure that these two settings are right here. Anything below 300 resolution might not print as well. So typically anything for print, there you go, CMYK, just like the ink in your printer. And then click Create. All right, and then what you're going to see here is you're going to have in your Layers panel, and if that's not showing, you can go up to Windows and click on Layers, and your panel will show. You can just double click this layer to unlock it. It's going to pop up a little new layer. Just click OK, and now it's unlocked. And what you can do is save this as a PSD file if you want. You can just name it 20-ounce tumbler template. So anything that you pull in will fit to this size. It's just, let me just cancel saving that. So basically you can just drag and drop. Like I have a gumball tumbler here. I'm going to drag and drop it in, and it fits perfectly. Sometimes certain things may not be the standard size, and you may end up with something that doesn't quite fit. And basically what you will do is you will just Control T to transform, and then drag it to fit. In Photoshop, when you resize now, it is universal, so all sides will size up at the same time. If you need to just bring the top up, you can hold down Shift and then drag the top, and then again hold down Shift and just drag the size. What you want to do after you have either your design made or you pull it in to make sure that it fits properly, you can save this as a PNG. So you would export as, and then we're just waiting for the little dialog box to pop up. Sometimes Photoshop can be slow, sometimes not so much. So let me pull this up so that way you can see it. Okay, up in this upper right hand corner, you can save it as a PNG, a JPEG, or a GIF. This shows you the size. Click export, and then where you are going to save these, I have a pretty in-depth file system here. Basically, I just name every single file that I have as far as tumblers go in one location. And then you can see I already have this, but we can also just test save. And then if you want to customize these tumblers for people, the great thing about this and having it saved is you can type out a name using the text tool. So just for namesake, we can do this. And then you want to figure out how big you want it, where do you want it, what font. that little hot pink line that you see popping up just shows you that that is the center. You can also pull down rulers and grids to know where the center of your tumbler will be, so you can have 3 different sections. I will be going over that in another video. But not that this is how I would do the name on this, but it's just to show you that when you create a PSD file like this, and you customize for people, you can go in, you can pick whatever font you want. If you know a certain color works well with this design, what you can do is you can go in and you can even like use a color picker and pick different colors that are showing up here. You could make it brighter. Here's the little color, the hex one that comes up. We could say okay. We could add a stroke onto this if we wanted to. There's a lot of different effects that you can do within Photoshop for any type of, you know, text or symbols and shapes and everything. You could add a drop shadow. So say you had the final one that you want, and now when you click and save this as a PSD file, let's just do you want to make sure it's not on PDF, that it is on PSD for Photoshop file. Click save. Now that's saved. So anytime someone orders the bubblegum wrap and you're just changing out names, the nice thing about having it all set up is now you can just come in. You can always copy a layer with Control J. You could turn this one off. You could even lock it just to make sure that it can't be touched. So this will always be your layer style here if something happens with the file. But you can double click and now you can change the name to whatever you want. Just type in Sarah after you double click on it. And then you can export this out as a PNG with the name on it and then open it up in Photoshop. So let's go ahead and do that. Export as. PNG. Just waiting for it to load here. And then you can, I have a folder set up. It just says, let me show you. Whenever I do custom work, it is just under custom names here. And then you can type in Sarah bubblegum. I don't necessarily clear out my folders all that often for the custom names. Once that exports and saves, you'll go into your File Explorer, open up that custom names folder, and then let's see, let's look for Sarah. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up by double clicking on it. I have all of my PNGs set to open with Adobe Acrobat. That's the program that I choose to print out of. Let me go ahead and pull this up for you. And then it's ready to print. 1, 2, 3. I don't change any of my settings, my saturation, anything like that. I've never really had an issue with my colors not coming out bright. So I would choose, I have several different sublimation printers. I would choose the printer that you're going to use, and then when it doesn't feel like not responding, you just want to make sure that you go into the properties and that I choose premium presentation matte for all of my printers except for one. My 4800 doesn't need the premium on it. It's too much, so I just use presentation matte. And then you always want to make sure that you mirror. So right here, paper type is where you would choose that premium presentation matte. And then you would click mirror, so that way it's backwards and ready to press onto the cup. So as easy as that, as making a template, throwing a design, having something set up for all of your custom names, open it up, just retype the name. 1, 2, 3, it saves you time. I will be doing some templates, how-tos for Canva as well, and even Adobe Illustrator. I just want to get people going with some quick how-tos for Photoshop and sublimation. I hope to see you guys in my next videos. Thank you.